But yeah, what I was saying was there's never a right time to make your dreams happen. There's never a right time. Like, everything isn't necessarily gonna align, and it's not to be pessimistic, it just is what it is. Sacrifices have to be made. Once you accept that nobody is coming to save you and that you are the hero that you've always been waiting and looking for, that's when change happens. That's when you start to make different decisions. But what I'm trying to say is that once you accept that it's gonna probably be a midnight session. It's gonna probably be you making a sacrifice of rest. Like, instead of you getting a good 7 or 8 hours or 9 hours of sleep every night, maybe you get your body used to doing 5 to 6 at first, because you have to make room for your dreams. Life is just not going to move around for you. Things are always going to be happening. And it could be one thing this year, another thing the next year. You don't want 5, 10, 15 years to go by and you feel like you're stuck. You feel like you're in the same place and like you haven't made movement. And it's because you have to fit your dreams maybe in between midnight and 3 a.m. Like, you have to make those moves, and it's not to say that it's gonna happen overnight, but you really do have to fit it in, babe, because I don't want that for you. That happened to me. I remember being 24. I'm now 34. I remember being 24 and being like, man, if I just had the time. I've had a talent for braiding and just an eye for so many things since I was really young. But my life has never moved around for creativity. And now that I'm getting older, I'm just like, okay, if you're not going to move around, I'm going to move things around. Like, it's really up to you to take control over your life. Stop being a passenger and stop being passive in it. Because if you do that, again, so many years can just really go by. There's a saying that goes, the days are long, but the years are short. And what that means is that the daily drone of life, the repetitiveness, the systems that you're in, the cycles that you're in, they make life seem like it's longer than it is. And that's a trap. And I've been in that trap. I've been a victim of that trap. I've let so much time pass me by because I just needed more support. I just needed more time. I just needed more money, more financial backing. Everything is never going to align. You have to decide that you're going to step up and step into who you would love to be right now. Like, and start embodying that. And say, no matter what, I said today, I'm gonna get on here. I had to work. I'm a 24/7 caretaker. There's so many things that I had to align. Okay, we are so passive in our destinies, and even now I'm trying to eradicate that language. But there's so many things that I had to align in order for me to even just show up and just talk to a camera right now. It's after midnight. I got off work at 5. It took me just that long to make sure my mom is straight, she's fed, she's clean, she's ready for these doctor's appointments tomorrow. And that's another thing too. I gotta be up, like I said, 6:30, maybe earlier, to make sure she's straight and make sure we get to her doctor's appointments on time. It's just, nothing's gonna move around for you. You have to be willing to shake some shit up if you really want to see your life change. And what's so beautiful to me is that the moment you have so much talent and so many ideas, so much beautiful life inside of you that's just waiting. Oh my gosh, life is just waiting for you to show up, to be like, okay, I don't care what's going on, I'm here. And when you start seeing just the little tiny bits that you do make so much impact. Life is like, oh, she's finally here. She's finally stepping up. She's finally answering the call. What? And things really do start to move around, but you have to be willing to make those first pushes. And there's so much to push past. For me, there's an emotional layer that you guys would never see, but it's there. Like, yeah, guys, there's so much that I can talk about, and there's so much that I want to get into talking about. Like, but I'm still trying to discern. Like, I don't want to trauma bond with the internet. I don't want to be telling a whole bunch of strangers all my business who, you know, some may care, but a lot don't. And I never found that to be, I don't find that to be appealing. But I do want to connect. I feel like there's so much that I've gone through, so much that you've gone through, and we went through them so that we could connect, you know? Like, everything that I went through was for someone else, not just me. I really do believe that. And so that's why I'm showing up. Just to really reach who I'm supposed to reach. I don't know why I'm doing that. The parts of my life that I feel the most pride in are the ones where I was showing up the most, despite everything that was going on. Because again, there's always going to be something going on. So you see that? It's coming together, babies. And that's how you do these little squigglies is what I call. They're not squigglies, but you know what I mean. Sometimes I call this like the little DNA. Whatever that is. Y'all, my mind goes so fucking blank. I promise I'm not a moron like on this level in real life. But when you're in front of a camera, it's just something turns off, because in my mind anyway, I'm like, I'm still talking to a machine. Like, I'm not talking to a human being. So the thoughts don't like really bounce off as naturally, at least not for now, because I don't really talk much on my channel. I just started that. We just started talking. But yeah, look at that. You have to trust that end goal. And you have to show up anyway, even when it doesn't look like something yet. And that's all I've been trying to say this whole video. Take control. That's another thing too. It's hard to be a good hair braider if you can't be passive. You control the parts, you control everything about that look. You make it come together. Don't let it rule you. And that's the same thing with life, you know? But look at that. So we got